everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching. So today I'm going to show you how to make this really special card. I love all the shine and dimension on this one. So using my new 3D display and stand die set, and I've used the lovely champagne bottle and glasses to create this sweet card. Celebrate with bubbles. And then on the back you've got your space to be able to write your message, and it displays perfectly. Really lovely card. Thoroughly enjoyed putting this one together. So let me show you how I made it. So I'm using the Cheers stamp and die set, the Bubbles edition, and then the main 3D display die set there. So first of all, I'll just show you all the pieces that you'll need to cut. I've already got everything's pretty much done. So you want to cut 3 of this die here. I've used a black cardstock. This is about, I'm going to say it's about a 220 GSM. You then want to cut your base, which is this die here. Okay. I've then got the largest circle, and I've cut it twice in the black, and then I've cut the white in the next size down, and I've just heat embossed Lovely Bubbly, which is in the stamp set. And then you want to cut yourself 2 of the largest semi oval. One's going to be for the front and back. I think I'm going to have cream on the back and black on the front, because I want to have the black on black. It looks really nice against the cream frame, which I'll show you in a moment. For the sentiment there, I've used then the next size down, so you've got a little nested set here. So the next size is in this black here, and then the smallest one is in the white with the Celebrate with Bubbles embossed. These ones here are optional. It depends if you're going to be building up your scene inside and you want to attach things to the side of the circle. So you want 2, which will make 1 support, because you stick them back to back like so. So I've cut myself a few. I don't know how many I need, but I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 pairs. So I've cut 8 of them all together. And then if you want to have anything swinging, then you'll want to cut these 2 here. This one is to attach to the top. And then this one here I tend to die cut in acetate, and that's what you would adhere whatever it is you're having swinging. But I've got a separate tutorial showing you how to use that. So I think that's everything in the main set. So I just like to go over all of the score lines. So they'll all be embossed when you cut it, but I just go back over them. So just find a track and just line up those lines there. Just means you're less likely to get any cracking. I've already gone over all of these ones here. And then what you want to do is 2 of these, you need to cut the ends off. So at the end where there's no tab, so you've got a tab here, at the other end you'll see, if I bring it up, there's 2 little arrows here, and you want to cut above that right across, and do that on 2 of them like so. One of these will be for the base, and then the other one and a long one will be for the main circle. Next, I'm going to add double-sided tape to all of the edges. So I would recommend a red liner tape, but I haven't got any left, and I've done all of my samples using a double-sided tape. This is very sticky. I think this is one of the Craft Stash tapes, but I'm just going to run it all along, right over those little teeth. You can use liquid glue if you want. I do show it in the Specimen Bugs magnifying glass version that I've done. I think I use liquid glue in that one, but the tape is a lot quicker. However, it's not as forgiving. So if you've got your liquid glue, you've got the wiggle time, whereas with the tape, once you commit, that's kind of it. But once you practice, I always say anything like this that's new, just get some of your old scrap card first and do a practice run and play around, and then keep it as a little kind of reference, and then you kind of, you know, go from there, and then use your favorite cardstock. Okay, then you want to fold and burnish. It's a bit easier to fold it when you've got the tape, because you can pull it all up at the same time. If you're using liquid glue, then fold them all first like so. Oh, you also want to add a little shape to it. This will just help it when you go to wrap it around. So I just add a nice curve to that. So keep that one for the base, so we'll come back to that one in a minute. So keep the short one and the base to one side. I'm just going to do the same. That's if I just shape them first. Okay, we then want to stick these two together. So I've taken the short one here and the tab. I'm just going to run my glue along the tab and then take the end of this one and just stick those together so you've got one long piece. Make sure the score lines all line up. Okay, so I've got one long piece there. Next I'm going to take the tape off of just one side. Do that, take it off both sections, and then you're going to take your largest circle and you're going to stick this all around the inside. Everyone's going to have their different way of doing this, but I just like to just tack like the first little tooth in place, just pinch it, and then with my left hand I'm kind of going around and pinching, and then I'm just with my right hand following the outer edge there of the circle. You can also, if I just stick that one down, you can also go from this way, and I'm looking down this side here, and you can just tack it in place that way. So like I said, it's just about finding what's going to work best for you, but make sure you stick right up to the edge and keep that curve running nice over the join there. So now I've swapped and I'm using my left hand now to guide it and pinching it with my right hand. So you know it's going to change, but find a way that suits you. Now when you get to the end, just kind of stop there, and then you want to add some glue on the tab, and then at the same time as you bring this down, you also want to stick that tab. Sometimes I come in a bit short, sometimes I'm you know, lined up perfectly, sometimes I'm a little bit over, but it doesn't matter. You've got the matte layers actually, which I didn't show you in the die set. You've got this one here, so you can cut that a couple of times in pattern paper, whatever you want, and then that will cover up here, and you could have this at the bottom attached to the lid and then add some decoration there. I tend to have the joins on the side, but you don't see them. Once you've got all your decoration and everything on, they get completely disguised. So now we've got this. It's a little bit flimsy at the moment, don't worry too much. Then you want to take your other circle, and I always use my construction glue on this because this is going to stick inside. So you might have some pattern paper, this might be a decorative scene, you might have done an inked background, maybe you're doing a space theme and this is like a galaxy. Oh, it could be inside a pond or a swimming pool, so you might have fish stamped on this, but this is going to go in the back. Now I'm keeping mine plain purely because I've got a lot of the bubbles and the bottles and things like that to go on here. So just drop it in there. It's going to be snug, but that's how you want it to be. So just drop that in, and then I like to just use my burnishing tool there just to go around and spread out that glue. So what I've done is I've cut two of the main frame here. This does have an embossed detail all on it here, so you might need to use a shim with this one just so you get all of that detail, but you can see there. So I've cut it just in this cream colour because I want it to look like champagne bubbles. I've got this example here where I've cut it in white and then I've used blue and silver to create like a bubble bath, and there'll be other samples as well that you can see on the website. But I just want to keep cream with this one, but also I've cut two more of just the bottom portion because I want to add bubbles around the top here as well. But I'm thinking that that might look better set right back and just have it stuck, because that's going to go on the top here. Or actually no, I will have them hanging and I'll use these supports here. So I'm just trying to give you, you know, as many kind of examples and just show as many ways in the videos that I'm putting out. Stick that on there, and then what you do is you add your glue. So I've just stuck 2 back to back, and then you add your glue onto the tabs. You can now stick this as many as you want all around this side. The curve of this is the same curve as the circle. So I think I'm going to have this one just set back a little bit. I've got my joins either side here, but I'm going to have that one there, and then I can have that stuck on there like so. And then to stop it dipping, I'm going to add another one and some glue. I'm going to trim this one. I'm just going to use a single one for this. And I'm going to stick it behind that portion there and have it stuck the same way. That's just going to stop that dipping back and falling. And I might add another one. I'm just cutting a load off. I only need a little bit attached. Everybody's going to be different, but hopefully with me showing you this, then you can use it on whatever you've got. So I'm just going to pop it underneath this end bit here. So if I try and hold it up, it's hard to show this. And also, get it on shot. You want to push it right up to the edge. So something like that. Now when I start to add the frame and then build up everything else inside, you won't see these joins because I've got all these separate bubbles and things, so it's all going to get disguised. But I kind of like that there. And then I've got another one and I think I'm going to do the same and bring it up a little bit higher, bring it up to maybe like here, because I want to have the champagne bottles all behind these different layers. So I'm going to take another pair. I'm just creating all this depth. So if you imagine this is a pond that you're looking into, this could all be like reeds and things, or different fish on these different platforms on acetate and stuff. But you see how you're creating that depth inside? And then, like I said, this one is going to be here. So I'm going to add, I've got 2 more left, so let's use these supports again. So I'm just cutting about half of it off the top. Okay, so I'm happy with those 2 pieces. Now I'm just taking the backing off of this here. Now when you're using a thinner frame like this, you do just want to go and just snip away the points. You don't need to do this on all the frames, but they're all different. So I'm just snipping it just above the tape there. But again, do this before you take the backing off. Okay, and then I'm going to take my frame and just start on the side here, and again just kind of pinch it and just get that started. And you're following with this one, you want to follow the top ring first and just hug that shape. It would be easier because it's already got the back on, so it will fall into place quite easily. Okay, so I'm really pleased with that one. So now I've got all of these bits here that I've cut. I've got a separate video that I'll be putting out showing you how to get this effect with the dye. So I've got 3 of the champagne, and then I've got the little corkscrews, all the bubbles which I've cut in the same cream and gold. I've got the corks there, and I've got the champagne. But I think actually we'll just attach the base, because some of you might want to have the base on and then decorate. I must admit, I do like it when it's all together. So take this one here, and you're going to do exactly the same. So take your backing off. Just do one side at a time. Take this one, and you want to start with this. You want to basically have them completely straight like this. Get it right up to that edge. Okay, so have them straight like that, and then start bringing it up. It's quite a curve at the top, so just make sure you follow that. And once you've done one side, the other side's really easy to do. And again, you've got to really bend that around, and you'll see it will join perfectly with the other end there. Okay, and then take your backing off. Got the cream one, so again, just going to attach the end so it's nice and straight, and then so you should find the other half much easier and quicker because it's already in that shape. So all you're doing is just following like so. Now this tab is to attach to here, so you can now have it as a little box. So it can be a gift box. You can add your batteries in there if you're adding lights, or you can seal it off completely. You might want to weight it a little bit, put some sand or some stones or something in there. And then I'm just going to add my glue all the way down both the sides and the end here. Just fold those in just to get it going, and then the end's a little bit messy, but once it's all in, you can then just push down on all the sides there. Just wipe away any glue. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have the black and then like that. Let me just try it this way because I think it gets a bit lost in. We'll see. What I'll do is I'll just keep it like that for the minute and then decorate it, and then I can decide on the base. So I've got my hot glue gun on. I do like to use my hot glue when I'm attaching lots and lots of elements to a card. But the idea is, I don't know whether to have it kind of popping out or to keep them, but I want to have one, maybe one like that. So one stuck right behind there. I want to have one right at the back. This will be a bit more lifted once I've got stuff in there. And then, or maybe one on the front with bubbles around it. Maybe I do that. So I have that one there. Yeah, I think I like that idea. So I'm just going to pop some glue. Let's get this one started off first. So let's have that one there. Happy with that. And then you've got all of these bubbles. So the idea is that I put some more on the front, but I want to start bringing in the gold, and it starts to break up the cream. And you can go as over the top as you like with this. You want to keep all that dimension, so use foam pads, whatever you want, but it's good to have the dimension. So I'm going to fill this all up now. I'm going to add the cork, which I want coming off the top here. I'm going to add in my glasses and just, yeah, go mad. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there because I know there'll probably be people watching saying step away from the card, Sam, because that's what they say to me when I'm doing this live. But I'm really pleased with this. I've decided to go for the black on black just because I think this really pops against it. I just think it looked a little bit, I don't know, just a little bit lost. So then all what's left to do is fill that up again. Nice generous blob of hot glue there. I find hot glue best for this, but if you want to use your liquid glue or foam pads, then you can. And then I'm just going to look at this straight on so I can make sure I'm getting it nice and straight and centered. You might want to add your sentiments last if you're adding a sentiment in here, so you can make sure this is straight, and then just let that set for a minute. I've just stuck that on the back as well. And then if you've got any glue strings, if you just get your heat tool and just blast it, it will just, they'll just dissolve, they just melt away. And there's the finished card. I think it's stunning. I think it's perfect for those real special birthdays. As I always say, it's certainly a showstopper, and it's a really lovely keepsake. I'll be sharing a tutorial for a gift bag specifically for these 3D display cards. So you can pop this in a really nice gift bag rather than an envelope. Like I said, pop a gift inside there if you've got lights, if it's a shaker. You know, there's so much you can do with this, and I can't wait to start seeing what you all share. So thank you as always for watching today. I'll link all of the product that I've used in the description box below. If you've enjoyed today and you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe and make sure you hit the notification bell, and that way you'll be notified every time I upload something new. See you all again soon. Bye.